My name. Oh wait, now it started. I gotta wait for it to turn red. Try that again. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Original Gamers Podcast. My name is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I am joined, as usual, by Nolan Brown. Say hello.
Hey, everybody.
And filling in once again for Patty is our sound editor and effects, or Assad. Say hello.
Hello.
Yes, Patty is not feeling super good right now. Of course, I think by the time this is published, he will probably be feeling better. It's just he's probably got one of those 24-hour bugs. Bugs, quote unquote. No. I don't know what he's got. He might genuinely have a flu or something. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about Mario Kart Wii because it's going to be the 10th anniversary in Japan this week. But before we get into that, what have you guys been up to? Assad, you want to go first?
Sure. Well, I just recently beat Dragon Age Inquisition, finally getting around to it.
How old is that game? Like 6 years?
I don't think it's that. Maybe 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
Maybe 5. It's not that old. It's still a great game, regardless.
Yeah.
But I did so much stuff before I got to the final boss that it was super easy. So
I like those kind of
games. The problem with open world RPGs. It's like you can level up super far and then you get to the final boss and it's like, oh, that was disappointing.
I mean, I don't mind owning him because he was a jerk, so it's like I get to take him down.
Yeah.
So I did that and been playing a little bit of Monster Hunter World here and there. Still haven't joined in with humans yet because I don't trust them.
Yeah.
But
steal all the gear.
I'm still managing to kill things on my own.
That's good.
Not the Anjanath though. Well, I just beat the Baroth, I think.
Okay.
And the guy with the huge like bonehead or whatever.
He shakes mud at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's mud. I mean, I was like, man, I'm not.
It's mud.
Like, I'm not going to beat this guy, but I beat him first try. So I was like, I'll take it.
He looks a lot worse than he actually is.
I remember him being worse, honestly.
Yeah. So instead of being like an ice dragon or a fire dragon, he's a poop dragon.
He's like this big monster that just beats on you. He doesn't breathe anything on you or anything. Like he lives in the desert, so he covers himself in mud to shield himself, which comes into effect when you have like elemental weapons also. That like when he's got mud on him, like fire doesn't do much, but like lightning does really good. And when the mud is gone, fire works especially well, but lightning doesn't do very much. So.
I was using poison.
That's always a good one.
See, in my mind, like he's covered in mud, which is ground, which would make him grounded. So electricity shouldn't work on him, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, because like even in Pokemon, like ground type enemies are strong against electric type enemies, right?
Well, then there's like a move in Pokemon specifically that like you just douse yourself in mud, and electric moves don't work.
Yeah.
As well.
But see, you're adding water to the mix, though. Wouldn't that make a difference?
This is true.
Yeah.
The water would make you weaker against electricity.
Which, if you use a water weapon, the mud comes off quicker, too. Yeah.
Think about that.
All right, cool.
That's about it, though. I mean, church things and all that.
Yeah. How was Easter?
Easter was pretty good. Instead of trying to do like some like grand production or whatever, because it's Easter, we've decided that since a lot of people were going to come that normally wouldn't come to church, we would do what we normally do so they see how it's like the rest of the year.
Okay.
I think it went pretty well.
Okay.
Cool. That's an interesting approach. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, my our lead pastor has been pastor for what, like 30 plus years or something, so I guess he needed to do something different.
Nice. Well, Nolan, what have you been up to?
Well, it was Easter last week, which, I mean, yeah, Like so, our church, we have it at like the big like the ranch house of in our town, and it's like a citywide event. So we have like like so between 2,500 and 3,000 people, which is a little bit more than we normally have, but it's like, we advertise all over town and all this stuff. Um, it's pretty cool, but this was my first like big event while on staff. And my position on staff at the church is a video production specialist. So I am in charge of like getting all the stuff together and all this stuff. And just it was the first time, and like everything went wrong. It was
Oh no.
it was terrible. Yeah, like one of the cameras just wasn't like the white balance didn't work correctly. So like it was just we hardly even used that camera for that angle. None of them recorded to like the SD cards, which caused a problem later. Because I mean, we have them like built in through like SDI cables, into like this main thing that goes in the hard drive, right? The hard drive failed. For like 40 seconds, we plugged it back in. It's back, right? And it happened again like near the end, like halfway through the last song. Then one of the guys, his headset just wouldn't work. The battery was just funky, so he couldn't even hear what the director was telling him. It's just all of these things. I'm running around the entire time, just like having issues. I didn't even get to hear like the pastor preach. Really, like I missed the entire thing. So I'm like, okay, that's done. Okay, I'll go relax, add some family over. The next day is the Monday, which is a paid holiday for us people on staff, except for me because I have to work on this. So I'll just take that day later, right? So I'm the only one there. I get in there, get in the hard drive, and for whatever reason, the entire service, with the exception of the last half of that song, the video and audio is all corrupted. So all I have to use to make a highlight video that I thought was due today is about 3 minutes of the final song and the pastor's ending prayer. And it just causes. So I've been trying to figure out how to work that. So I've been like freaking out all week. Then I find out that it's due next week. So I have a little more time.
Well, that's good.
And so I've basically been trying to make this video and not make it just this slideshow of pictures of people in the audience and like the pastor and all that stuff. Like, and actually make it useful. I mean, like I have the prayer, so that's something. But it still is like not pristine. So it's been stressful. But yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
You had any time to do something fun, like video games?
I haven't been able to play video games. I've been playing Monster Hunter Worlds with my buddy, and we just got to Hunter rank 10.
Nice.
Which sounds impressive, but your Hunter rank goes up very quickly in this game as compared to other ones. It's actually very impressive. Like,
what's the level cap?
I don't know. It's like 100 something, I think. It's probably above that. I think it might be like 900. I don't know.
Wow.
It's up there. I don't remember. I want to say it's 100, but I could be wrong. Like at the point where we're at now, in previous games, that would be like Hunter rank 4. So it's just, yeah, it's very, you go up very quickly in this one, but I enjoyed it a lot. And then Thursday was the finale of Dark Souls 3. So that was
how did that go?
Remarkably well. Within the first, I didn't realize I was that close to one of the bosses from when I ended on Monday. Like, so within the first 12 minutes of streaming, I beat one of the hardest bosses in the entire game on the first attempt.
Oh dang.
And I tell my buddies this later, and he's like, I'm like, I mean, I summoned this guy. He's like, oh, that doesn't count. Then I'm like, yes, it does. I have never fought him before, and I beat him in one try. I don't care what you say. I tanked
If the game allows it, then it counts, right?
Yeah, like I tanked that entire thing.
I saw that. That guy didn't help very much, honestly.
He like pulled aggro for a decent amount, and like the poison helped a little bit. But like honestly, I took a lot of damage, and I did probably 90% of the damage. So it's kind of like, yeah, he pulled aggro for some of it, but yeah, it was. Then right as I get back to the main part, like one of my buddies gets on. He's like, "Hey, what'd I miss?"
Everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And then went and fought the other boss, the other like super hard boss in that DLC, and it took a couple attempts. And then went through. I'm like, well, there's not anything else to do. And I'm like, wait, no, there's one other boss in the first DLC that just kind of sucks that I don't remember where it is, so I had to look it up. And then destroyed him because I was super over leveled for fighting him. I'm like, well, it's been an hour. I don't want to end this here. So let's go on to New Game Plus. Then I did New Game Plus for a little bit and kind of blew through probably half of the game. But it was yeah.
So wait, in New Game Plus, the enemies don't level up?
They're harder. No, they're harder. They have a little more health. They do more damage. But the point where I was at, I was still one-shotting most enemies.
Okay.
I mean, in the boss was really not much. The bosses really weren't much of anything. I think. Let's see. I think Dancer was the only one that actually killed me. And that was only one time, and I was just super cocky because of everything I had done, which instantly means I'm going to die. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what I did Thursday. Let's see. Played some Rocket League with Patty on Friday for community game night. That was fun.
Yeah, I wanted to join in that, but I was with friends in real life.
Yeah.
Same.
And let's see. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was my day.
Nice
week, I guess.
Yeah, that was a week. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks since we last recorded.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Was that so? Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I also had a very long Easter, but things went very smoothly, which is not normal of our Easter service. We usually have everything that like running down to the wire, and then the service itself goes smoothly, and then we spend like the whole rest of the day tearing down. But this year, like it all seemed to just fall into place real well, and it was like the easiest Easter I've had since I came on staff.
Nice.
Yeah, like I was kind of shocked. Like I got out of there and I was like, this Sunday has not been any longer than a normal Sunday. It's just we had twice as many people show up and we only did one service. So
sounds like you were due then.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we every Christmas and Easter we like to rent out one of the local high school gyms, and we usually just pull out one side of the bleachers and then put a bunch of chairs on the floor and then the stage, and then there's like this curtain that comes down to close off the other half of the gym. This year for Easter, because we had so many people at Christmas, we're like, well, we're not going to fit at Easter. Like we were at capacity with our normal setup at Christmas. So we're like, we need to do something. So we pulled out both sides of the bleachers, turned the stage 90 degrees, put it against the wall instead of against the curtain, and put twice as many chairs on the floor. So we literally had double the seating at Easter than we did at Christmas. And so we went from, I think, 1,600 seats to, it wasn't quite, I think we went from 1,400 seats to 2,600 seats, something like that. So not quite double, but pretty much. And we had about 2,000 people there.
Wow.
Yeah, in just one service. And but the sound company we've been hiring to do our big services like that, this is the third time we've used them. So like they know the drill really well, and our worship pastor likes him, and so like they get along, and you know, we had a new stage design, something we never done before, but it worked out really well. We took a bunch of plywood sheets and cut a bunch of holes in them, kind of almost like a light bright, and painted it black, and then put white letters over the sheets, and then, you know, made stands and put sandbags on it, and then we lit up both sides, the front and the back, was just white light, and it spelled out the word risen. It was really cool looking, I think.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. And then Easter lilies all in front, and that's normal for us. Plants on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I actually despise plants on the stage, but that's just me. But yeah, had like 100 people come forward to get saved or prayed for and stuff. It was really cool. But yeah, it like I said, it ended up not being any longer. But the week was really long. The week leading up to Easter, because I ended up working 8 days straight, Sunday to Sunday, and so that was grueling. And so on Monday, I did nothing. I got out of bed to pee once, and I think I got something to eat, and like that was it. That's all I did on Monday.
Oh. Hard reboot.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. And then like, I think because I was so like stressed out like the weeks leading up to Easter, I had been staying up late playing Super Mario Odyssey, so I 100%ed that. So I was like, man, like I'm done with Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. Like, what do I do? So I went back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Been playing that for a while now, and I've gotten almost all of the. Oh no, wait, no, go back. I've gotten almost all of the trophies. Yeah, 3-starred. Why did I hit go? Dang it. I wanted to show you that I had like all the trophies 3-starred, but anyway. Yeah, so the only one left, I think, is the DLC at 200cc. I don't have any of those yet, but all the other classes and circuits, I've got all the trophies for, and so
right.
Yeah. So I guess I've been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in anticipation of Mario Kart Wii, which we're talking about today.
There you go.
But so let's get into that.
Nice segue.
Yes. So this game was developed by Nintendo EAD. Does anybody remember what that stands for?
Something in development.
something development. Yeah. You got the D right as far as I remember. I think it's entertainment. No, it's not even development. It's entertainment and analysis division.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it used to be R&D 1. They had like R&D 1 through 4, and then they all got rearranged, and so now there's the EAD, and there's like the Treehouse and all these other things. And so yeah, Nintendo EAD developed Mario Kart Wii. So obviously this was published by Nintendo. Nolan, you want to tell us who directed this game?
Sure. The director is Yasuyuki Oyagi.
That is not a name I recognize.
I agree entirely. I'm like, I have no idea who this person is.
Yeah.
Let's see, Nintendo Wiki. Star Tropics. Holy crap, guy's been with him for a while.
Oh wow.
That's his first game. Lots of hits here. It did Star Tropics 2, Super Punch Out, Pilot Wing 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, FX Zero,
wow.
F-Zero X. Sorry, I said that wrong.
Wow.
F-Zero X, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, Super Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker, Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, Nintendogs plus Cats. That's a winner right there. Mario Kart 7, 8, Smash Bros. 4, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. He's had lots of different roles, but those are all the games he's worked on.
Okay.
So he's an all-star. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Guy's been with the company since 1990, at least. Yeah, started with R&D 3, and now he's on EAD. Cool dude. I'd like to meet him.
Yeah.
All right. Assad, you want to tell us who produced this game? Mario Kart Wii.
Yes, the producer's name is Hideki Kono.
Now that is a name I recognize.
Me too.
I couldn't tell you specifically what he's worked on, but I know he's been around Nintendo for a long time.
Oh, definitely. It seems like he's been around like a lot of Legend of Zelda games, but I could be wrong.
Probably. He's a producer.
Yeah.
Let's see. Assistant director,
Wow.
Doki Doki Panic. Map director, Super Mario World, SimCity director. He directed a lot of the games in the 90s. First party. Supervisor on Mario Kart Super Circuit. It's one of the few Mario Kart games I've never played.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he moved to the role of producer, looks like in 2005 with Nintendogs. And so he's produced Nintendogs, Mario Kart DS, Wii, Nintendogs plus Cats. He was the producer for the Nintendo 3DS. That's what he is credited as.
Okay.
I'm guessing the operating system. Because there are built-in games to the OS. Mario Kart 7, 8, Fire Emblem Heroes, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Oh, so he's
things in common here.
Yeah. And it looks like he's got a little bit of focus on all their mobile development too.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much since 2011. I mean, well, he did DS stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. He was the supervisor for Wind Waker. Yeah. Hideki Kono. Been around a while. Since 1986. So the game's music was composed by Asuka Ota and Ryo Nagamatsu. Let's see. Ryo. I think I said Ryu by accident.
Rio. I was looking at Rio, what he's done. Like, done a lot of Mario Kart. Like, he started with Wii Play, and then like the kind of like the Wii games that like are like Wii, like the Nintendo
The Wii branded
games.
games.
Come with the system. Like Wii Play doesn't come with it, but like Wii Play, Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Land. But then also like Mario Kart Wii, obviously. Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, Mario Galaxy 2, Smash 4, a couple different things.
Yeah, he's been composing for a little over 10 years now, 12 years. And I mean, despite how poorly Wii Play plays, it's actually got decent music.
There was one game on Wii Play that I played so much. It was that tank game. So much fun. I played that with my nephew, man. It was fantastic. Yeah, the rest of them I'm like, I don't care about, but the tank game.
You just want to play battle tanks. That's what it is.
I guess. I don't know.
Did you play against your nephew or with him?
Both. We'd go against each other, but it was also like okay, go through the level and try to take out everything else together.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good.
All right. Well, and I'm sure nobody's heard of the creator of Mario Kart.
No, who is it? I missed it.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Oh, sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think he might go by Alex Fasciani.
Probably. That's what I know him from.
Yes, created Mario and partners with Gerard the completionist. No, okay, that's a joke. I'm sure there's very few people in our fan base who are fans of the Super Beard Bros and would get that joke.
I don't know how many people do that know that, but yeah.
Anyway, obviously Mario Kart Wii came out for the Wii about 10 years ago in Japan. It was April 10th, 2008. And so I think that's going to be our publishing date is the 10th anniversary, right?
I think so. That'd be Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. No, okay, Tuesday is the 10th, so
yeah,
the day after.
Right.
Close enough. It actually came out April 11th, 2008 in Europe, so it'll be the 10th anniversary in Europe. Australia got it April 24th, 2008, and here in North America, we got it April 27th, 2008. So our 10th anniversary is just a few weeks away. Actually, April 27th, that's like right after Infinity War comes out. Oh, dang.
Doesn't it come out on the 27th?
26th, I think.
Okay.
That is coming up quickly.
It's coming up. Yeah, I went to go get tickets the other day, and like all the midnight showings were sold out. I was like, crap. I had to buy Saturday tickets. Yeah.
The theaters here are like, they're super full because they're not really big.
Oh.
So they get super full very quickly. And I hate going to see movies when like the theater is just jam packed. Like I can't have any room just kind of like sit there and relax. I just feel like super crowded.
Well, yeah, I ended up getting matinee tickets for Saturday, which I feel like every time I go to a matinee out here, the especially like for Marvel movies, the only other people that are watching the matinee are as old as Captain America. Should be like,
right.
Like, I'm just like, oh man, I'm the youngest person in this room by far, and I'm not even that young. But anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Mario Kart. Talk about the presentation of this game. So this is done in the modern Mario art style, 3D cartoony, high polygon resolution. This is not an HD game. The Wii was not an HD console, so it only goes up to 480, which is technically like twice as much as the NES could do. I think NES did 240. But
could be.
I mean, it's that Mario art style. Like, what can you say about it? Mario is like the most recognizable character in video games. So, you know, he's got the blue overalls and the red shirt and hat and big old mustache. And then he goes, "It's me, Mario." Woohoo! Anyway, Charles Martinet voices the Mario Brothers and the Wario and Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound design. Good segue there, Joel. This game, like, I mean, Mario Kart has certain sounds to it. Like when you collect an item, you know, it's got that roulette, you know. But like, I feel like every Mario Kart game is slightly different. Like you can tell it's the roulette, but it's like just a little bit different. And I was actually watching a video the other day that was like a Mario Kart styled animation, but with Star Wars vessels, Star Wars vessels, but like they were tiny. So like Mario's like sitting in the cockpit of an X-Wing, but his head is sticking out of the X-Wing because it's tiny, but it's like Star Wars Mario Kart. And so like when they hit the item boxes, I was like, Wait, and this was in like Source Filmmaker, so it was like really high polygon count, like really smooth and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have been done in Blender for all I know. But it was really cool looking. And like, but when they hit the item boxes, I knew instantly like that's the Mario Kart 64 item box. Like, there's way too many polygons on screen for that sound effect. So, but like, you play Mario Kart enough and you're like, well, yeah, that's what the game sounds like. And one of the most
the Final Fantasy victory theme.
Oh boy.
I can be like, oh, that's from 7, that's from 6, that's from 1.
Yes, I can do that with Final Fantasy, not with Mario Kart boxes.
Yeah, Mario Kart I don't have. But...
I have played way too much Mario Kart 64. Like, it's not fair how much better I am than most people at Mario Kart 64.
And if I thought about it and like made it a point, I probably could, be able to tell about the item box things. I haven't played Mario Kart in a while though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but when you hit the item box, like that's the Mario Kart item roulette sound.
Oh, for sure, it's very distinguished.
And like the shells flying down the track, that wee 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 sound they make, and
right.
And the blue shell has a distinct sound from the other shells.
Yeah.
And one of the most anxiety-inducing sounds in video games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Except maybe for the countdown sounds that happen when you're about to drown in Sonic.
Yes, that's why I said one of, like, that is the most anxiety-inducing sound. I think, what is it? There's a meme that floats around on Facebook. It's like, if you ever want to never miss your alarm, set it to the Mario drowning sound. I mean, the Sonic's drowning sound. and like this post existed for like 3 years as like a Reddit post, and then like years later I saw somebody comment on it. It's like, I haven't missed an alarm in 3 years. I'm just like, oh dang, it really works.
Sure, it does. I mean, it's high pitched enough, and it's like, it's
well, in like it increases in octave and tempo. It's like dun 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 dun. You're just like, ah.
That's exactly how it works too. Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about the composer of this game. He did a good job on musical story. There were 2 people. I have no idea who this other person, Asuka Ota, is. But I feel like together they did a good job.
Yeah.
I want to say Koji Kondo did the original Super Mario Kart's music. Sorry, suddenly I've got gas.
Probably. I mean, he did most of the old school stuff.
Yeah.
So I could imagine him doing the original.
Is he okay? That is not the wiki I was looking for. There we go.
Not the wiki you're looking for.
No, the yeah. Soyo Oka. I think we talked about that when we did Super Mario Kart. It's like, this is somebody I don't know who it is. So,
yeah.
But let's see, who is person here? I knew that was a woman. Like, that just sounded like a woman's name.
Oh,
Asuka.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, she's married now. Her last name is Hayazaki. Been employed at Nintendo since April 2003. Composed a variety of games for the EAD. Lots of Mario and Zelda. Yoshi Touch and Go. Wii Fit Plus. Did some arrangement for Smash Bros. 4, specifically the Wii U edition. Yeah. I don't know where they got this like totally like Instagram selfie of her and her parakeet.
Is it from an Instagram? That'd be funny.
I mean, that's totally what it looks like. So, anyway, somebody unplugged their headphones. I'm hearing myself twice.
Me too.
No, I'm still plugged in.
Oh, that's weird. Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
I guess another thing to bring up about the sound is this Mario Kart used the speaker in the Wiimote,
that's
which
right.
is the
It
first
did.
kart that did that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, speakers in the controller wasn't a thing before this game.
Well, true,
Details.
but they've used that since, haven't they?
I think they did in
Probably 8. I would
8,
imagine.
but I never used the Wii remote in 8. I just used I have a third party Wii U controller.
I have
So,
that same controller because
Yeah.
you recommended it to me, and it's
Yeah.
great.
It is.
Which one?
It's the Nyko. What is it called? Like
Wii Commander,
Pro Commander. Yeah.
or Pro Commander.
Okay.
Yeah. Pro Commander U. Nyko Pro Commander U.
It is so comfortable to hold and everything.
Yeah. It's got like one of those soft grips. Like it almost it's hard plastic, but it feels like felt.
Yeah.
Weird. I've got the same exact designed controller for PS3 also, and they call it the Raven.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a fan of Nyko's third-party controllers. And I probably would have got one if Nintendo didn't make this amazing Pro controller. So for the Wii U. Sorry. But yeah, dude, the characters talk out of the Wii remote. I remember the one time I played in motion controls. Oh gosh, that hearing myself twice is really distracting.
Yeah. And I believe when they did recordings for those sound effects, they actually had the voice actors playing the game while they were recording. So that kind of added like another level of, immersion to it.
I did not know that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, they put a lot of work into the sound in this for sure.
Definitely. I love the level of detail that Nintendo puts into their games. Especially all those little subtle things that make it just a little bit better that most people wouldn't ever know about or appreciate unless they start digging and learn about those things like, oh, the voice actors were playing the game when they recorded these lines.
Yeah. It's definitely a nice touch.
That's really cool. I like that. Thank you, Nintendo, for being awesome.
Yeah.
Not that anybody there ever listens to this podcast, but you never know.
The slim chance.
Come on, Reggie. You know you love us. But yeah, the musical score. Now, one of the things that this game did, we're kind of going out a little out of order. But they brought back some classic tracks. And so like those songs were rearranged for the Wii version. And to have the higher fidelity and like modern instruments, like CD quality synthesized instruments instead of the beeps and boops that we're used to from 16 and 64-bit games.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really cool, like to hear they did an N64 track in this game, and I can't remember which one now.
Rainbow Road.
Did they do Rainbow Road? No, not in Mario Kart Wii.
Banshee Boardwalk.
I need to know which tracks they used.
The Yoshi one.
I know they used the Yoshi one from the DS game.
Huh.
That was a good one too.
Dead air.
Huh. I mean, you think
there's no track listing on Wikipedia. That's annoying.
Yeah. I mean, they say there's 46 tracks, but they don't tell any of them. Yeah.
Here we go. Retro courses.
There you go.
Sherbet Land.
Oh, okay.
Sherbet.
Oh, and Mario Raceway from the N64. Yes, and DK's Jungle Parkway. And Bowser's Castle. Okay.
Okay, that's a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. And I know they did, yeah, Ghost Valley 2. That was on Super Mario Kart. And Bowser Castle 3 from Super Circuit. So a lot of these, were originally just beeps and boops. And I love that the fact that they put in the effort to make them sound like real instruments in this game. Because unfortunately, Wii games didn't always use like full on like orchestrated recordings. There was a lot of just MIDI recordings in the games.
That's probably due to hardware limitations.
Yeah. It's MIDI files are tiny compared to like even an MP3.
Right.
But they did a good job, and I commend these two composers. Yeah, let's talk about the classic tracks for a second. We got on that engine. So I'm assuming for both of you, this is not your first Mario Kart game.
Oh no.
Yeah. So what other Mario Kart games had you played before this one?
Let's see. I know I played the original one. That was the first one I did. But I think before that, I also did Double Dash. I really enjoyed that one.
What about you, Nolan?
I had 64 because I didn't have a Super Nintendo, so I didn't get to play the original until we went and visited Patrick. That was the first time I had played Super Mario Kart. Yeah, I'd played Mario Kart 64, Double Dash, and then DS.
Okay.
I also played the 64 version. I always forget about that one for some reason.
Yeah, I remember playing Super Mario Kart back in the day, but I never owned it. My buddy across the street did. And since it was his game, he was way better at it than I was. And so I didn't like playing against him. So I never went out and got the game, but I always had fun. That's the weird thing about Nintendo games. You might be doing bad, but you're still having fun.
Oh, definitely.
And so,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So to this day, I still don't like playing racing games that don't involve shooting weapons at people.
Exactly.
So. Yeah. Who needs realistic racing when I can fire a bomb or a banana peel?
Right.
Yeah, I never got into like the Gran Turismo series because I would much rather play Mario Kart.
That's right.
Shoot shells and throw bananas. Anyway, but yeah, then when Mario Kart 64 came out, I remember renting it, and I just had a ton of fun, and it felt a lot better with the control stick as opposed to the D-pad, and so. When it got cheap enough for me to afford after it became $1 million, like dropped to $20 or something, I went out and got it and put way too many hours into that game. I unlocked all the ghosts. They're in the time trials. I don't know if you guys know about that.
Yeah.
That's familiar.
I recall that.
Yeah, I don't know if they did it in Super Mario Kart, but in N64 they if you got a good enough time in time trials on very specific tracks, you would unlock a ghost, and then you had the chance to race that ghost until you beat it. And I did that for all those tracks, and so I ended up getting really good at that game. And then my brother Adriel, he liked playing battle mode a lot, and so because I was so good at racing, I would just run circles around him and beat him most of the time.
How that works.
Yeah.
I think 64 had the best battle mode.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The block fort and what was it, like double decker or whatever?
Yeah. See, I can visualize what they look like in my head, but I can't remember what any of them are called.
I know the block fort.
Except for the donut.
Oh, big donut.
The big donut.
I didn't like that one. It was all right. But, yeah. The skyscraper was the worst.
Oh, that was yeah.
Everybody has PTSD from the skyscraper.
Yeah.
I think they put that in Mario Kart Wii, but they made it like huge compared to the 64 version.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so like you didn't fall off as easy. but at the same time, you couldn't
So
jump over the hole in the middle if you wanted to. Like,
not a good trade-off. No.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah. So I played 64, and then I played Double Dash when that came out. Was it? Okay, yeah. When I bought my GameCube, I picked up a copy of Smash Bros. I put it on the counter. And I said I'd like a GameCube to go with this. And then I pulled a bunch of cash out of my wallet as we went through the transaction. And then like a few months later, Double Dash came out, and I was like, oh dang! So I went down to GameStop and got that.
It's like, I'd like another GameCube with this, please.
Yeah, no. No.
I need a matching set.
Yeah, they did have all 3 colors by then, actually, when I think about it. But no, I just stuck with my purple one.
Yeah, me too.
But I put a lot of hours into Double Dash too, and got really good at that. And then the drifting mechanic in that game is different than every other Mario Kart game.
I remember that.
And especially,
I couldn't get it.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was like, because I remember it being different because it didn't work the way I wanted it to, and I got really upset about it. I'm like, why can't I drift now? Why is this not the thing that I remember it being?
Yeah, it's weird. Like you have to turn the stick one way till you see a certain color sparks, and the other way they change color, and then back the other way. So they change third color, and then you boost. Yeah, it's complicated. I remember reading it in the manual and going, okay, I think I can figure out. And then I looked at the co-op controls, and I was like, wait, we both have to do like one step each. Like I do one part, you do the next, and then I do the third part, and then we go. Like that's just what it felt to me like it required way too much coordination between the 2 players. But it was cool. Yeah, so I didn't get a Wii until much later in the console life cycle, like near the end of it. And I remember playing Mario Kart Wii at a friend's house, and I thought it would be cool to play with motion controls, as I remember playing arcade games with the wheel. And I was like, oh, this would be fun, like at home playing with the wheel. And it was awful. I could not stay on the track. Yeah, I never liked using the motion controls in Mario Kart Wii. And so when I got the game for myself, I never used the motion controls. I plugged in a GameCube controller and just used that.
It didn't work well for me. Like, I still don't like driving with motion controls. It's just...
One of my only grievances with Mario Kart 8 is that like all the assist things like motion controls and auto accelerate and turn, like those are on by default. And so every time like a new player is added, I have to stop and turn all those things off so everyone can play properly.
Yeah.
But see, there is no story to Mario Kart Wii.
Not really, no.
It's first to the finish line, gets all the points.
No cake involved.
No cake or a kiss.
Yeah. I'm disappointed just thinking about that now.
I know. It's like, well, what's the point then, right?
In Super Mario Kart, they got champagne at least.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah, in Mario Kart 64, they just got a trophy out of a giant fish. The game was a trip.
Oh, yeah.
I think by Double Dash, they were just like, you get a parade.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Parades are fun.
Yeah. Outside influences, obviously the previous Mario Kart games.
Yeah.
You mean it wasn't inspired by Crash Team Racing or whatever it is?
I don't think so. I mean, you know, Jack X is a pretty fun game, but I'm pretty sure it didn't inspire Double Dash or Mario Kart Wii.
It did come out beforehand though, but
yes, that's.
I'd imagine any kart style racing that's come out has been inspired by Mario Kart, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, like there were a few kart racers before Super Mario Kart. It's just none of them ever did it as well. It was always a top-down, isometric kind of view. What was that? RC Pro Am?
Yeah, Pro Am.
Oh wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, they were definitely arcade racers, but not like kart battle racers like this.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, like F-Zero came out on the SNES just like Super Mario Kart did, and it used pretty much the same engine, but there's no weapons. It's an just straight up arcade style racer.
It's stupid fast. And hard.
It is.
Yeah, and it's like the Mario Karts are on crack.
It's like, oh, you thought 200cc was too easy? Here, well, let's play F-Zero.
Yeah, like I haven't felt
GX.
Yeah, I haven't felt like they haven't made an F-Zero game since GX, and that was on the GameCube.
Yeah,
that was so hard too.
And like playing Mario Kart 8 on 200cc, Big Blue or Mute City, like it finally feels like I'm playing F-Zero again.
Yeah.
And so it's fun.
And that's why I never play at that level.
Like, no,
I love those levels.
F-Zero again.
I mean,
it's so fast and so hard. And I'm terrible at racing games in general. Like Mario Kart's probably the only one that I'm like, you know, this isn't terrible. This isn't too bad. But
it's because of the weapons. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I played a lot of the cruising games on N64. Cruising USA, World, Exotica. So I'm decent at most racing games. But like the more like racing sims like Forza you have nowadays, like there's no way I could be good at that game. Like I need
I'm like almost better at that than like cruising. I'm bad at cruising, but
oh really?
Like Forza is not terrible. I mean, I haven't really raced against a lot of people. It's usually just been like my nephew, and we stopped playing that, but mostly because he couldn't figure out that on quick like burn tracks you shouldn't have crazy high speeds.
You're right.
Like he's picking I think he picked a like Tesla for this, and I had a like Fiesta, and he couldn't figure out why I was kicking his butt.
Oh, the handling, like
it was there. I was like, bud, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
doesn't matter if you're going faster if you're handling like a school bus.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't make that turn. But
yeah, that's it's one of the things that Mario Kart Wii introduced was like stats. You could, or no, wait, that was Double Dash. Double Dash, you had like you picked your racers and then your kart, and like depending on who you picked, you got different karts you could choose from.
Yeah,
I think by Wii though there was like it didn't matter who you picked, but it kind of did because all the different characters have hidden stats. So like they have like a certain baseline when it comes to like top speed, acceleration, traction handling, off-road, those things.
With 64 though, because I remember like Toad and Yoshi having a lot of acceleration, but
yeah, but like all those stats were locked in for those characters. It didn't change. Like you didn't get a choice with karts and stuff. With Mario Kart Wii, you could pick a different kart or bike. This game introduced bikes to the series, which I hate. Yeah. Mario Kart, not Mario Bike. Anyway.
But this one also introduced the weight class feature on this. So depending on what weight class your driver was in, you got a different set of cars.
Yeah.
Bikes.
Not that. I mean, Double Dash did that to an extent. Like it was. I think in Mario Kart Wii they broadened it a little bit. I feel like. And now in like 8, there's no weight classes. Everybody gets the same thing. But the hidden stats is what I was going for. It's like all the different characters have different stats that they start out with, and then you enhance or detract those stats based on which cart you choose. And I think you got wheels also, or was that just 8?
I think that was 8.
Yeah, I think that might have just been 8.
I've been playing so much 8 lately, like I can't remember how the other games play.
Well,
but yeah, like you picked your cart and it would change those stats somewhat based on your weight class, like you said. And yeah. So we kind of discussed how this game impacted us personally. So let's work through this backwards. How did this game, you think? Well, we kind of talked to kart racers. You know, there's lots of different kart races out there: Crash Team Racing, Jack X,
Sonic R.
Sonic. Shut up! Dang it! No, it's Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. That's a good one. It was it Transformed. That is such a ridiculously long title for a video game.
It is.
Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Transformed. That's the full title. That's a good game. You should play that one and not Sonic R. Sonic R should burn on a fiery pit of garbage like it is.
I'll likely never play it, so.
Although it was really funny that Patrick did. It was like the Sonic game. It was like, or it was Sonic 06.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly there was going to be like an HD thing. I'm like,
oh, that was an April Fool's
Day
joke.
Thing. I will stream this.
That was such a good one.
Big the Cat.
Gosh. John St. John has voiced Big the Cat more than he has Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing. Oh man.
So what kind of impact do you think that Mario Kart Wii or just the Mario Kart franchise has had on video gaming culture?
Well, excuse me. I mean, I think it's kind of the go-to kind of for kart racing is Mario Kart.
Kart racer of kart racers.
Yeah, like it's just there's nothing else really to compare it to. It is the original and it's the best one. The Wii, I mean, I actually never had Mario Kart Wii. I kind of skipped that one, and I don't think I still haven't even played it. I know. I went straight from Double Dash to Mario Kart 8.
Which is actually a pretty good choice.
Yeah. It was honestly, it was like partially the motion controls, and then there was other things on the Wii that I wanted instead. I just never got around to it. So it wasn't even as much that I just chose not to. It was just like I picked other things instead. But yeah, like Mario Kart, it's Mario Kart. It's
one of those things I guess you got to experience for yourself. I know that the only other game that I played that I had just as much fun playing would be Diddy Kong Racing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But it plays different enough to Mario Kart that I would say that, you know, it's kind of like not apples and oranges. It's like oranges and grapefruits. They're close, but definitely different.
Right. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
Especially considering like Diddy Kong Racing also had like it wasn't just the carts, it was also the planes and the hovercrafts.
Yeah, the planes and the hovercrafts and like the adventure mode. Like there was a story.
Yeah.
Mario Kart doesn't have a story.
That was a story. But yeah.
Well, if there's any sort of story to any like this or any of the other non-main Mario games, you know, like tennis and all that, is in between Bowser trying to take over the kingdom. This is just what they do to pass the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
once Mario beats Bowser at tennis, he gets pissed and steals the princess again.
Like, fine,
yeah.
let's go driving.
There you go. I accept that as headcanon.
I like there's a comic where like Mario invites Peach out to go karting, and they're all lined up, and like Bowser is on the other side of Peach, and she just giving Mario the dirtiest look, and she's like, "You invited him go karting?" and it's like, if you think about it, like they're all like getting along, they're just having fun, like go-karting or playing tennis. It's like, but you're arch rivals, like rival kingdoms, even like.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right?
I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or just add more humiliation on top of defeating him so many times.
That too.
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea how long we've been going. I did not set a timer.
We started. It's been a little over an hour.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can start wrapping things up. So the only bit of trivia that I was able to find for this game, quickly and easily, was about some unused data. PD Piranha, a Paratroopa, a Hammer Brother, they were all going to be playable characters in Mario Kart. And you make the cut, but you, as well as a third costume for the Miis. I think they didn't incorporate Miis until Mario Kart 8, maybe 7.
Yeah.
I know they got it in 8, but
I don't
oh
remember.
no, wait, there are costumes for the Miis in Wii, but it's like very limited.
Right.
There. Yeah, and oh yeah, that's right. Your Wii has a certain weight based on how big you made it, and so it falls in one of the 3 different weight classes. But I think the medium and large have the same costume, whereas small has a different costume or something like that. I can't remember. See, Chain Chomp was going to return as an item that was introduced in.
It was Double Dash.
Yes, or Double Dash.
It was Double Dash because it was the special thing of Baby Mario and Luigi.
That's correct.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. Like,
that game had specials.
Yeah. Like Bowser had the fireballs, and I think it was Wario had the bombs.
Now Mario and Luigi had fireballs, and
oh, they did. That's right.
Wario and Waluigi had bombs. Ba-bomb.
Yeah.
Bowser had the giant shell.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of miss that as a feature.
I love just mowing down the crowd with that giant shell.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of reminiscent of Twisted Metal for me. Jumped on a slight tangent because you had all the basic weapons, but then each racer had their own special weapon that you could pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they do different things, and just added a little bit more complexity to strategy.
Yes.
What little strategy there is.
Yeah, Twisted Metal is definitely not a racer. It's a battle game.
Yeah, it's just basically my favorite part of Mario Kart. Just blowing everyone else up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I didn't play much Mario Kart Wii's battle mode. It was all right. But yeah, the Chain Chomp was replaced with the Bullet Bill. I think we introduced the Bullet Bill to the series.
Probably.
Because I never played DS, so I'm not sure if that had it or not.
It did.
Okay.
It's a good inclusion, but isn't that usually something you only get if you're losing?
Yeah.
Yes, there are certain items you only get if you're like below like 5th place or something, or 10th place. Like
Lightning, Chain Chomp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And though I think 8 brought back the Chain Chomp though.
No, it uses the Bullet Bill.
Yeah, it still has the bullet.
Yeah.
I could have because I thought I remembered like being able to use it still, and Maybe it is double dash. I'm just misremembering that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do that too.
Yeah,
But I know one of the items that was introduced in Wii and never in any of the other games was the cloud. You remember that? The lightning cloud?
Yes.
Not the lightning bolt, but it was a thunder cloud or something. And you had a limited time to like pass it off to somebody else. It wasn't really an item, it was more of a curse.
Oh,
You had to bump into other people to pass it to them before time ran out. And when time ran out, you like whoever was holding the thundercloud got shrunk. So you could use it to like take out the person next to you if you were good enough. But like if you're by yourself in the back, like you have no chance. It's a curse. Like you don't. Yeah. I always hated
potato curse.
Yeah. I always hated getting that one. The bullet bills were unruly in this game. I feel like they really improved on it. But like, I don't know. I felt like I came out of the bullet bill like at always the wrong time and go flying off the course or something.
Yeah. But I mean, did it still basically drive for you when you used it?
Yeah. Yeah, it would just go down the center of the track and you had a little bit of wiggle to go one way or the other if somebody wasn't right down the middle. You could kind of aim at them kind of.
Yeah, okay. I said I'm still a bit rusty about certain things.
Yeah, it works the same in 8, but I feel like in Wii, like you only got like 10 second bullet bill, no matter what. It seemed like to me. Whereas in 8, like the farther away from first place you are, the longer the bullet bill lasts.
Right.
Oh.
I feel like that's how they changed it.
Could be.
That makes sense. Though I'm usually not far enough behind to get that benefit.
Yeah, I'm usually not either.
But granted, it's because I normally play with children at this point.
Well, I know this because one of the ways that I was having a really hard time getting the Special Cup 200cc 3 stars. And so what I did was I put it on 2-player mode and just set the GameCube controller down and picked up the Pro controller. And I would try and win the race with my Pro controller as player 1. And then once I was done, I'd just pick it up and kind of do the 3 laps as player 2. And, because you just sat there for 3 laps, you're way behind. And so all they give you is like bullet bills. And so
that works.
I probably would have just tried hitting the gas with my toe or something. Just like doing that so it doesn't take as long. I don't know if it would work the same though.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to steer so you don't fall off. Like you'd be wasting all your time. But anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say before we move on?
Nothing comes to mind at this point.
All right, so we've come to the part of the show where we get to guess the Metacritic score. Since I picked the game, I know the score. These other 2 guys don't. And we're going to play this Price is Right style. So closest one to the actual score without going over wins. There is no prize, just bragging rights. But yeah, so Nolan, you're picking the next game.
Yeah.
So you get to go first.
Okay.
There we go.
I've been thinking about this. I mean, like Mario Kart has always been big, especially at that point. Like after Double Dash, it was still really big.
Mm-hmm.
And considering how well the Wii did, I'm sure they sold quite a few copies, and still, it's Mario Kart still. So I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go like 82.
All right.
I'm not going like super high, but like getting there.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to go with 78.
All right.
No fancy explanation.
Well, Nolan was actually dead on.
Oh!
82.
Whoa.
Well, then.
So, I'm sorry, Assad. You didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I could have picked 90 and I still would have lost. So
Yeah, or you could have been, that guy and gone with 81, and you still would have lost.
no matter what.
Yeah, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think one of the things I forgot to mention is this is the first. No, not the first. This is the first home console Mario Kart with online multiplayer.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection doesn't exist anymore, so you can't play Mario Kart Wii online unless
But you
you
don't need
hack
to.
your console and play on private servers.
Yeah. You don't need to
Uh-huh.
because there's 8 Deluxe now.
Yeah, 8 Deluxe. If you want to play Mario Kart online multiplayer, just get 8 Deluxe. There you go.
Yeah.
Switches are not that hard to find these days.
Yeah.
Now I'll just get 8 Deluxe and then ask them for a Switch to go with it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Anyway, yeah. So now we moved on to the part of the show where we play 20 questions. We're trying to guess the next game we're gonna play. Nolan has the game in mind, and Assad and I get to guess. And since you're filling in for Patrick, Assad, you get to go first, because he would choose next after Nolan.
Okay, well, I'm feeling a bit of deja vu here.
Yeah. Well, that's right, huh? Because you were here last time when it was my turn. When it was my game.
Yeah. Well, then I'll lead off the same way. Does this game feature an anthropomorphic animal as the main character?
No, it does not.
Okay.
It's not Jack X. No.
Darn.
As much fun as it'd be just to have 3 racing games in a row.
Right?
I thought about it, but I'm like, I'll wait.
Was this released before January 1st, 1990?
No.
Okay.
I almost asked if this was released after January 1st, 1990.
No.
That's a dumb
That's
question.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give you that one for free. Yes.
Let's see, I'm not good with dates, so they always confuse me.
It's January 1st, 2000.
Okay, well, wait, am I supposed to ask if it's before that or after that? Oh my gosh.
Either one would answer the question.
Yeah.
So it is after that, January 1st, 2000. Is that
what you're asking?
No.
It doesn't matter which way you ask it, because we've already determined it's not an 80s game. So which way he answers it, it will determine whether it's a 2000 or 90s game.
Yeah.
Okay. This is so much harder to do when you're actually in the middle of it instead of typing, because it's like, oh yeah, this is easy, and then
you don't get the time
it's like,
to think about it. Just to shoot from the hip.
Okay, is this game before January 1st, 2000?
No.
Okay.
So this is a 2000s game.
Yes.
That was not my question.
Ha!
Was this a console exclusive or platform exclusive? That's not console, platform. Was this a platform exclusive?
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me double check real quick.
That's promising.
Dum.
Let's see. Okay, when it first came out, when it first released, it or I guess that doesn't matter. No, it's not. Sorry.
So it's not a console exclusive.
It's
Okay.
not a console exclusive.
2000's not a console exclusive. That's literally like 10,000 games.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Was this a PlayStation title?
Wait, hold on. Yes, it came out on a PlayStation console. Yes.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily. Sorry.
Did this come out on a Nintendo console?
No.
No. Okay. There are two others.
Two other.
Technically.
Technically.
Wait, are you insinuating that it's possible it might be on a Dreamcast or something like that?
It's very possible.
You never know.
I don't really want to waste a question for that though.
Oh, that was 6, by the way.
Yes.
That was 6. Decisions. Trying to think. Right now, I'm trying to think what would Nolan do in this situation. Or I guess what would Nolan play in this situation?
Which for the one I picked out, it was like between 3. I had to think really hard about which one.
Yes.
I thought this would be a good one.
And unfortunately, it's not like a choice between Jack games, so it's not going to help me out.
Not quite.
See, is this a platforming game?
No.
Platformer. Okay.
This come out on a Microsoft console? I feel like that's a throwaway, but
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you use guns in this game?
Yes.
Okay.
Use guns. It came out on PlayStation and Xbox.
I feel like we're just kind of like shaving off part of the outer surface of this game at this point.
It's all good information, though.
Yeah. Do you use guns? I mean, still like way too many games. PlayStation and Xbox, and it uses guns. Like,
Welcome to half of the library.
Well, we never asked if it was a portable console, did we?
No.
You did not.
Well, we wouldn't need to if it was on the Xbox necessarily, because Microsoft doesn't have a portable console.
Yeah.
And then he said that it was a Nintendo, so we don't need to, right?
Well, PSP is old enough.
Oh, that's true. Seems like a long shot, and now he's laughing at us. That's great.
Well, I like the thought put into all of these, and it's good stuff. My runner-up game may have been on the PSP.
Wow. Is this the sound of deep thought?
Yeah.
I have no idea what to ask next.
Yeah, I mean, during this
We don't
time
have a
period,
crowd to answer questions anymore.
I know, and during this time period, the vast majority of my knowledge about games involves RPGs, because that's most of what I played around this time period.
Yeah.
It could be an RPG. You like to do that to me sometimes.
You can't help it. I love playing RPGs, but it seems like good ones are hard to find these days. Huh. It's still your question to ask, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
That's.
No.
I'm almost wondering if the guns thing might be a red herring at this point.
Oh my gosh, it's old enough.
Huh?
What?
Sorry, I just realized there's a game that we should definitely cover. And it's old enough.
Oh. Thought I saw a light bulb flash over your head just now.
I've been wanting to play this game for a long time.
What you got?
Okay, was this developed by Ubisoft?
Hmm.
No.
All right. I think that's the best route we're gonna figure out is like who developed this game.
Okay.
Is that what you were thinking? Was the Ubisoft?
Yeah.
What were you
I mean, the
thinking?
game that I want to do, I might wait a little while.
Okay. I'm like, what were you
So that way
thinking?
you forget about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I started to perk up a little bit there, and then you shot me down. Well, then I'm going to ask: is this a Capcom game?
No, it's not.
And that makes me sad.
Is this a Konami game?
No.
Oh, come on.
What do we have left?
Sega.
But that's another one. It's like, do I really want to use that as a question? What are we on right now?
I believe you're on. That was 12. I believe.
Yeah, my question was 12.
All right, is this a Sega game?
No.
Dang it.
Out of ammo.
All right.
Of course, figuring out what the genre is might help too.
That's true.
Was this developed by Namco?
No.
Dang it. This is a good one we should do.
Okay.
Yeah, you found one.
What in the world? I mean, what kind of game would you use guns in other than first-person shooter?
Third-person shooter.
Oh, third-person shooters.
Fair enough.
Okay. There is one more big developer we haven't asked.
What is a big developer?
Who would that developer be, Joel?
Well, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it bought the other one I was thinking of. So, but it bought it after this time period. This is going to be a little bit of a stress, but is it possibly an Eidos interactive game?
It is not.
Oh,
good choice though.
You were thinking Tomb Raider, weren't you?
I was.
Is this a Rockstar game?
No.
Oh,
I was wondering when you were going to pull out Rockstar, but no, it is not.
Dang it! I was really hoping it would be Grand Theft Auto something.
Oh, I figured you were going Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, RDR, yeah.
With the Rockstar. Yeah, GTA would also. Yeah. Sorry, but no. Okay. I think that was 16.
And we're like nowhere near close. So knowing Nolan, like if we hit the exact right question, then we'll get it.
You're gonna get it real quick, yeah. Which you guys could still do that for sure.
Okay. We haven't guessed the one with 2 letters.
What one with 2 letters?
The developer.
The developer with 2 letters? What, you mean ID?
No, not id.
That's 2 letters.
I know. No.
You think you have a different one, I think, that is notorious for shutting down their different ones.
Wow. I mean, how many developers could there be with 2 letters? Or did you say 2 words?
Well, I mean, nowadays
sure
they don't like 2 letters, but it started with.
You mean Electronic Arts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this an Electronic Arts game?
No.
Oh
Yeah. No.
Like 2 letters. I'm like, he means EA.
Why did I think of ID before EA?
I don't know. Because they don't go by ID. It's id Software. Isn't like the ego, super ego, and id.
Oh, right. I always do that. That's the drawback of learning how to read through phonics.
Yeah.
Hear it first. You just make up your own.
Right, Jen, you got 2 guesses.
Is
For those listening on the audio version, Joel's hair is standing straight up.
pretty much. Oh my gosh. I mean, it could be Max Payne. It could be Half-Life.
Haven't we done Half-Life?
Did we? We did Portal.
I thought we did the first Half-Life.
Well, I can.
It could be BioShock. Oh man.
I take a look here.
Or something else entirely.
I mean, it could be any of the LucasArts games, but there's way too many Star Wars games out there.
Besides, that's what you
Star Wars games for you.
Could be freaking Mass Effect. Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Mass Effect would have been back then, but he said it wasn't EA. So
well, BioWare is not EA.
Yeah. BioWare.
But EA is they released it.
They own it now, but
they didn't during the first one?
No.
Oh, that's right. I don't own the first one, so I can't even look at the cover to tell. I'm sitting there looking over it and I borrowed the first one, then I bought the second and third one. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I'm looking at this list of like 100 greatest games from 2000s, and like there's all these games that it could be.
Yeah.
Like we never narrowed it down the developer, and now we've got 2 questions left.
Not to mention it's multi-platform, so it's not even like
an exclusive.
Yeah.
It's just exclusively frustrating.
Okay, Mass Effect did not come out on the PlayStation console originally.
Right. Didn't come out until 3 came out, and it came out in a trilogy collection.
That's correct.
That's right, huh? I always forget about that.
Not a Madden. Well, it's not EA, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, you said not a Madden game?
Yeah.
Did
Madden
they
with guns.
Yeah.
This isn't
What,
New
Last Boy
League
Scout,
football.
right?
Come on.
It's NFL Blitz.
I mean, gosh, BioShock seems like the best candidate in my mind.
It's like
That or Max Payne. Like, Max Payne's a good one.
Mhm.
It's not Tony Hawk. It's not Little Big Planet's first person or first party.
yeah. So say if it was BioShock, Patrick would have a lot to talk about because he's been going through that recently.
Oh,
And
that's right. It has been. Huh?
It's not
Yeah.
any of the Metal Gear games because he said no Konami.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. Have we talked about Eco? We talked about Shadow of the Colossus, but we didn't do Eco.
We have not done Eco.
Yeah.
And Eco did eventually come to the 360, but not originally.
But Eco doesn't have a gun in it, does it?
Oh, duh! I'm an idiot.
No, it does not. You have a
Well,
stick.
I mean, for all I knew, I actually haven't played more than a demo of Eco, so
Shoot, it could be Fallout 3.
That too.
Actually, when exactly did Fallout 3 come out?
I want to say that was like 08.
I was
Yeah, it was 08, but when exactly in 08?
Oh, fair enough.
End of the year.
Oh, okay.
a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
Assassin's Creed is what's more than 10 years, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was 07.
You're looking at Far Cry, weren't you? That's what it was. Far Cry 3, huh? That you were looking at with Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I figured that.
I was like, oh dang, Far Cry
What a
5
good
just came
excuse.
out. Like, that'd be a great game to talk about.
Mhm.
But no, you had to go and pick an unguessable one.
Funny thing is, when the time comes, whether you guys guess it or I tell you, you're still going to feel like, oh, about it though.
So,
This is not some little random game that I found. Oh, I will say that.
okay. Not a random game with guns. Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna pick one of these and guess it. Since this is my last chance. So I'm gonna say wait, no.
Playing with this silly buddy while I'm waiting for you guys. I just found on my desk. I'm like, oh, I have silly buddy.
I thought you were knitting earlier.
Okay.
No, yeah,
so,
that's what I'm doing. It's silly buddy.
Okay. So is it BioShock?
Yes, it is BioShock.
Holy crap.
I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, did it? So it came out on Windows and the 360 at the same time.
Well,
then
yeah,
later,
and the PS3
next year, it
version.
came out on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
Oh, nice work. I was like, okay, just get a shot in the dark there.
Yeah. I was wondering. I'm like, man, it's like you're just gonna guess one of these times, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, like based on the games that I know you like to play, like I had it narrowed down to 3 of them, and I was like, we've only got 2 guesses left. Like,
What were the other two?
I think the other 2 was Mass Effect and Half-Life.
Gotcha. Which is funny because I've never played. I only barely played a little bit of Mass Effect, and I just got tired of it.
Actually,
and I have never played Half-Life.
Half-Life didn't come out on PlayStation. It was on the original Xbox, and Mass Effect didn't come out on PlayStation either. It was on 360. So I think that's why, I was able to narrow it down.
But I didn't have BioShock until much later, though.
To win?
Till like much later. I didn't get it when this first came out.
Hmm.
I also didn't have a lot of like M games.
Yeah.
At first, it took
Well,
a while, and now I realize most of the games I have are like mature or something. I'm like, wow, I don't know.
Well, at least it's getting stabbed to death mature and not other mature.
Yeah, that's true. It is usually like blood and violence. It's not other things.
You're not running around with the ladies all the time?
No, I am not.
Okay, let's just end that. Anyway, so I guess that's gonna do it for this episode. Yeah, Nolan, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Baseman214, Baseman21491, or Icy White Falcon on Steam, PlayStation, My Nintendo. I think that's what that's called. I forget. Twitch, you can find me Thursdays where I'm going through Dark Souls and Dark Souls-like games. I said I just finished 3, so we're going to go back to Dark Souls 2 and hopefully finish that before too long. And then, depending on how long that takes, either going to go through Dark Souls Remastered with some friends or starting the Bloodborne. Let's see. Twitter, technically, I don't really use it much. It's usually just for mobile restaurants and bands and stuff. But Pinterest, things of that nature. Yeah. So. Yep.
Cool. Excuse me. Assad, where can we find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me pretty much anywhere as Anifix, but more specifically, PSN, Steam, Twitter, even Pinterest. I do have that. You'll find a lot of knives and sharp objects online, but those are probably the 4 best places to find me on the internet. So
cool. Our normal host Patrick, you can find him on Facebook. I think he's still got this page. He might have changed it back to Huge Cow Patty instead of Patrick Allen Ryan.
Yeah, it's Huge Cow Patty or just straight up HCP.
Yeah. You can find him on Twitter at Patrick Proper or his alter ego Salty Luchadork. Find him on Twitch TV at Huge Cow Patty. But more likely, you're going to find him on YouTube and Twitch at CrossForge Gaming. Wait, our Twitch? No, the Twitter is CrossForge Games. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, the Original Gamers podcast does have social media. We don't use it, so I'm just going to plug CFG. We're part of CrossForge Gaming. You can find us on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. No, not Instagram. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at CrossForge Gaming, and on Twitter at CrossForge Games. We're always looking for other ways to expand or for requests. You can go ahead and tweet at us, give us ideas on how to improve the show, which games you would like us to talk about, etc., etc. I've been Obi-Wan Kenobi. You can find me anywhere on the internet under Obi-Wan Kenobi. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, My Nintendo, PSN, Steam. I usually try and stream Mario Maker Monday at CrossForge Gaming on Twitch. I might switch to Celeste if Mario Maker interest dies down, since that's another difficult platformer. Or I might even do Super Meat Boy forever when it comes to Switch. I think I'm gonna do that.
Ooh, can you do it as a Tofu Boy?
Maybe.
No, don't do it. That's a joke.
Oh, that's not an unlockable character?
It is an unlockable character, but it's impossible to beat the game using it.
Oh, okay.
It's like dig at what PETA did to them, but
gotcha.
Challenge accepted.
You want me to perform an impossible task? All right. Anyway, yeah. If you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, the music that you heard at the beginning was the opening title screen. Probably said "Welcome to Mario Kart" or something like that, or Mario Kart Wii. I think that's how he does it now. And if you happen to beat like the special cup, you get credits music, and that's what you're gonna hear right now. Thanks for listening, and be good, humans.
Catch you later.
Perfect ending.
Yeah.